Welcome to another episode on our channel. This time we're talking about the Lord of the Rings. And these are from Asmus Toys, A-S-M-U-S Toys. So we have Aragorn, Eowyn, and Legolas. Aragorn was played by Viggo Mortensen. Eowyn was played by Miranda Otto. And Legolas was played by Orlando Bloom. These are wonderful figures produced by Asmus. I think they captured the details and the sculpts very well. So we'll pause right now and then put them on a turn tray so that you can see them from different angles. Here's Eowyn. I wanted to pose her in the last battle with the King Witch from Angmar. And so he has basically told her that no man can kill him. And she has pulled off her helmet, ready to her sword, and basically says, "I am no man," and then proceeded to kill him. So that's one of my favorite moments in the movie. By then her shield had been broken and it looked like she had injured her arm, but I don't have a broken shield. I just have this one. So, but the pose, it works for me. I like what they've done with her. She has actual hair. She doesn't have molded hair. But let me just kind of go around and show you some details here. There's her helmet, of course, her sword that she's holding, which is made out of metal, her sheath over here for the sword. Her clothing is spot on. Now, the only problem I had with her is that her hair was very unruly. It puffed out a lot. I had to put some gel in here to soothe it down, and for some time I had it rubber banded in the back to kind of just, again, soothe it down as much as I could. But it is nice that it's not molded hair. It's literally actual hair. There's a dagger, and that's made out of metal as well. And here we go with the hair again, the pose, the sword in her hand, the helmet in the other hand. I just thought this was a wonderful pose and absolutely a wonderful representation of Eowyn, played by Miranda Otto. So here we go. Eowyn, we'll take a closer shot of her and then get a tighter shot of her face. So here she is, a tighter close-up. You can see her facial features. Her eyes are brilliant. Her hair is fantastic. Of course, once it's settled down. You can see more accessories now. The details in place. Her outfit, the dagger, of course the sword. And finally we come back to her, not just her face, but her helmet. I'll just leave it like that, because we'll get a tight up of her face in just a second. Here's a much clearer close-up of her face, and I think you can see that Asmus Toys did a great job with this particular face sculpt. Here's Legolas, who is played by Orlando Bloom in the movie. I tried to put him in a position of movement. I think I was fairly successful with that process. It looks like he's trying to draw an arrow out of his quiver to put into his bow. So we'll turn him around so you can see the different angles. I love his cape. I love his outfit. The cape is a draping cape. It has no wire in it, but I love draping capes. You can see it has a hood as well. He actually does have hair. This is pretty much settled down, but the hair here can get unruly if you let it. There's his quiver with a ton of arrows inside of it. And he is definitely ready for action, doing what he did best in the movie, which was being an archer. Here we go. Stop him at a different angle. Here we go. Legolas. Here's a tighter close-up of Legolas. You can see more of the details in his outfit. You can see the hood here. You can actually see now that he has some shoulder armor. He has some forearm armor here as well. And what I missed before was there's a sword here. But he was more well known for his archery than sword fighting in the movie. So I'll just turn him. You won't see that much other than the cape and the hood here, but you can see more closely the details in terms of the quiver and the numerous arrows here that he could select to fire from the bow that he's holding in his left hand. So there you go. We're getting some wonderful details here in terms of Legolas. Here's a close-up of his face. You can see some strands of hair there, so it's not molded hair, except perhaps on the top. Yeah. He looks great, Legolas. Last but not least is Aragorn, played by Viggo Mortensen. So I'm just going to turn him around. He is got a smashing stand to stand on. Again, his pose, I tried to capture some movement with this process. Yeah, there we go. So he's holding his sword. There's his bedroll in front of him. His outfit is great. The neat thing about the coat is it does have wiring in the sides, so you can move things around if you choose to do so. So in the back, you can see it's quite ruffled. But yeah, you can pull things up. You can pull things down. It's up to you. There's his quiver with his arrows as well. The bow on his shoulder, he's opting for the sword in this particular pose. You see the back foot there on one of the steps. Front foot on another part of the staircase. So really, yeah, it's quite a pose there in terms of Aragorn. He's ready for battle with his sword. Here's a tighter close-up of Aragorn, and I'm just going to go around here so you can see perhaps a few more details. You see the armor on his forearms. His sword, of course, is the predominant weapon of choice here. He does have a quiver, a number of arrows inside of it. He has a bow on his shoulder. But again, he's going to be using the sword. The outfit is stunning, and I love the facial details. So here we go, Aragorn. Here's a close-up of our primary protagonist in the movie, Aragorn. Here's one last look at our figures from Asmus, Aragorn, Eowyn, and Legolas. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen here in terms of these characters. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so that we can keep bringing you really interesting characters. In the meantime, guys, have a great day.